$1.47. That's the average price of gas in Lubbock, Texas right now. In California, it's pushing $4. 5 years ago, in 2018, the average price of gas in Lubbock was $1.82. So why the drastic change? Restrictions on hydraulic fracking that have come into effect recently. So what's wrong with fracking? Well, some people say that there are harsh impacts to fracking, but is there really? Today I will persuade you that hydraulic fracking is a safe and effective way to drill for oil. As I prepared for this speech, I pored over numerous graphs, sources, and documents to be qualified to speak on this topic. I will do this by explaining the economic effectiveness of fracking, the production efficiency of fracking, and the environmental safety of fracking. To begin, let's examine the overall efficiency of fracking. Manuel Frondel and Marco Horvath in the IAEE said that with the beginning of the surge in shale oil production in the late 2008, U.S. crude oil production steadily increased until the end of 2014, with the share of shale oil in total U.S. rising from about 6% in January 2000 to almost 50% by the end of 2014. In fact, 2008 marks a reversal in a long-standing decline in U.S. oil production, a reversal that is largely due to the U.S. fracking boom. So this proves that fracking is helpful and supportive of the U.S. oil economy. They continue by saying the commercial use of this set in technologies, usually subsumed by the notion of fracking, has been limited to the U.S., where the steady decline of crude oil production as the 1970s was reversed by adopting this technology. Owing to fracking, U.S. crude oil production almost doubled in the last 15 years. So a weak point in the U.S. economy was turned around to be a strong point because of the introduction of hydraulic fracking. Not only does this production effectiveness justify fracking, but the economic impact does as well. Kevin Hassett and Amar Mathur in the Oxford Energy Forum of 2013 state that as fracking, in combination with horizontal drilling and other new technologies in energy production, become more widely spread, total production of the energy sector eventually reached 74.812 quadrillion BTU in 2010, accelerating even faster to 78.091 in 2011. A large part of that was the increase in domestic production of natural gas and crude oil. Since 2003, however, there has been a steady upward climb in employment, slowing only slightly during the 2009 recession and reaching 198,400 by December of 2012. So not only are we producing more and getting money from other countries by exporting large amounts of oil, we're also supplying a large sector of the American people with jobs. Perhaps the biggest argument from the opposing side is the societal and environmental safety risk, which in fact are not even sound. It is said that hydraulic fracking can lead to weakness of fault lines and tectonic plates, resulting in induced earthquakes. However, the annual review of environmental resources says otherwise. There's a graph in this report that shows 199 induced earthquakes since 1929, 3 of them supposedly caused by fracking. And of these 3, only 2 were under the 3 on the Richter scale, which measures intensity of earthquakes. If an earthquake is measured under 3, humans cannot even feel it. So only 1 was felt, and it was only right above 3, so it was barely felt. In fact, Mark Zoback, a geophysicist, proposed 5 steps to reduce seismicity induced by the wastewater injection, hydraulic fracturing. So in fact, there are ways to avoid the even thought and the chance that fracking might cause earthquakes and induce earthquakes. There are ways to prevent this, and it shouldn't be shut down just because there's been a couple in the last 100 years. Air toxins have also been attributed to fracking. However, the annual review of environmental resources written by Jackson, Van Gogh, Carey, Davies, Dara, and O'Sullivan and Petron say otherwise. Measurements have shown enhanced concentrations of methane, hydrocarbons, and air toxins. The observed air toxins included H2S, methanol, higher molecular weight alkalines, and compounds known or suspected to cause cancer or other health effects, including the aromatics that comprise BTX. However, gases vented from open-top tanks contain flowback water and are likely a source By design, open evaporation ponds are used commonly across the western United States to dispose of produced waters and are also a source of VOCs and air toxins. So the reason for the methane in the areas of fracking isn't from fracking, it's in fact from other ponds containing other wastewater that is not connected to fracking. And in a study of 68 private drinking water wells in northeast Pennsylvania and New York, methane contamination rose sharply from the proximity to natural gas drilling and the hydraulic fracturing. The average methane concentration in shallow groundwater in active drilling areas fell within the defined action level for hazardous mitigation recommended by the U.S. Department of Interior, and the maximum was well beyond that threshold according to the report. However, the researchers found no evidence of fracturing fluids according to the report. So the fracturing didn't even come into effect and wasn't even shown to be the cause. In closing, I certainly hope that based on this evidence I've gathered here about hydraulic fracking, regarding the economic effectiveness of fracking, the production effectiveness of fracking, the societal environmental safety of fracking, I have thoroughly convinced you that hydraulic fracking is an effective and safe way to drill for oil. So next time you're at the pump, remember, the gas should and could be cheaper.